Stay tuned because next up is David Charles Allen, Village Properties Realtor and host of The Hop. That's Home Ownership Podcast.
Welcome to The Hop. This is David Charles Allen, Realtor at Village Properties in Santa Barbara, California, with my great friend and co-host, Patti Teel. I'm doing wonderful today, Patti. How are you doing?
I'm doing great too, David. Thank you for asking.
Another beautiful day in Santa Barbara. Weather is sunny out here. Temperatures high 60s into the low 70s for the next week. And we even got a little bit of surf. So it's a nice time to be here.
I feel that could be a slogan for Santa Barbara. Another beautiful day because it is so nice so much of the time.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people are choosing to live here. And we are a beautiful place to live. It's a little less populated than some of these bigger cities where we're seeing a lot of people come from. So yeah, Santa Barbara is the spot to be, it seems like.
Yeah, it's really a wonderful mid-sized city. You know, you still have a lot you can do. It's not like a one restaurant town by any means.
That's exactly right. There's still a lot of activities, a lot of places to go. And in terms of how the interest rates are performing, they have gone slightly up. So 30-year fixed for jumbo is 4.5%, and 30-year fixed for conforming is 5.125%.
Oh, well, that is a jump. It hasn't been over 5% for a long time.
Yeah, I think we were hovering right around 5 to what it is now for a little bit, and then it'd go back down, and then now it's seeming to go back up. So it's really hard to tell what's going to do in the future.
Have you noticed that it's affecting people who are shopping for houses?
It's hard to say because people aren't really paying attention to that so much right now. They just want to get in somewhere. So a lot of deals like we've talked about are cash. It is affecting a lot of people that are looking for maybe a starter home or first-time home buyer. They are usually not as qualified, so to say, or maybe are just saving up for so long. So with the huge increase in prices, in terms of interest rates as well rising, it's kind of pushed a lot of people from being able to afford to buy something in Santa Barbara, at least as a first-time home buyer, or at least changing what they want. Instead of maybe a single family home, maybe they're looking to invest into a condo. So it's a huge change that a lot of people are going through right now. And you just really got to work through what's going to be best for you in your future.
Yeah, David, what about the other areas that are close by? If people work and want to be in Santa Barbara, but it's a little out of their price range, how is Santa Ynez doing with their prices, and even Ventura? Are there some outlying areas where the prices are more reasonable?
Yeah, if you're looking to be within a half hour of Santa Barbara, there are some really great options. Like you said, Solvang, Buellton, Santa Ynez, they're all really beautiful places, and the prices are definitely more manageable. Ventura and Oxnard, they're a little bit bigger of cities, so you get a little more options. Definitely the prices are going to be more favorable there as well. Carpinteria is about 20 minutes away. Their prices have gone up just as crazy as Santa Barbara, so I don't think that's really an option to save value. And then if you're looking to go even like up to an hour away, there's Lompoc and then there's Santa Maria, where you can get really great value, and they have more new construction as well up there in those areas.
What about Ojai?
Ojai is another really great place. They've seen a huge uptick in prices as well, though, but it's still going to be favorable, probably closer to Ventura than Carp in terms of pricing. So you can get some really good buys in Ojai as well. And that's about 45 minutes to an hour away from Santa Barbara.
All right. Well, thank you, David.
Yeah, of course. And then in terms of how the statistics have performed, we had 48 new listings this last week, 8 price changes, 38 that closed, 29 that went pending, 2 that expired, and 5 that were coming soon.
How does that compare to last week?
So again, new listings are up. We did see a pretty substantial 20 listing gap between new listings and pendings. So that's pretty cool. There was something on the sheet, though, that made it seem like there's more new listings than there were. Some corporations started buying houses and then essentially selling part ownerships of them, an eighth of ownership in the housing. So it's kind of like a new age timeshare.
Oh.
And that showed up on our new listings for 8 new listings. So it should probably be closer to around 4.
That's interesting. So the person who was selling it to these people who got an 8th listing, then do they get an 8th of the time to use it like a timeshare?
Yeah, they get an 8th of the time to use it. And I think it's like the former CEO of Zillow started a new company, and that's what they're doing. They're just buying up inventory across the US and selling parts ownerships in each one. It's an interesting concept. We'll see where it takes us.
Fascinating. Thank you. I want to read up on that.
Yeah, definitely. And any questions of the day for me?
Yeah, David, we answer great questions that our listeners send to us and some that I come up with, but I wanted to know if there are any areas in Santa Barbara that you feel are an especially good bargain. And I know it's all relative because they're all expensive, but there was a time when the thunk zone was just taking off and prices went up. And I just wondered if it's the west side or the Mesa or just what your take on these different areas is.
I think the Mesa is still the bargain, even though prices are almost 2.5 million just to get in right now. It still seems like a bargain because over time you see how these little cities that are close to the beach with beach access, just once the demand starts, it doesn't stop. So you can see like Huntington Beach or Laguna Beach and everything within a half-mile radius of the beach. Prices just keep going up. It turns into this $5 million just to be able to get a beach home. Who knows if the demand is going to keep going that way in terms of appeal in Santa Barbara, but if it ever turns into a long-term, somewhat like the suburb of LA, Mesa is going to be a good value if you hold on to it forever, it seems like, because you can't build new ocean homes essentially. But like you're saying, there's bargains. West Side's even seen a huge uptake. We can see that even getting more prosperous over time. There's not really an undervalued market in Santa Barbara right now or a neighborhood. So El Rancho Shores used to be undervalued because it had that beach access and you get like the preserve right down the street, but that's seeing a huge prices go up just as much as anywhere else. So
the secret is out. But that's an interesting observation. I've never known anyone who lived on the Mesa who absolutely didn't love it.
Yeah, well, it used to be people didn't like living on the Mesa because we'd get a few months of fog every year. So you're not going to get the sun as much as, say, San Roque or something like that. But in terms of walkability and access to activities, I've had multiple conversations years ago. The prices were still under $1 million for a Mesa home, and just telling everyone, hey, it's going to be one of these places where if the demand starts coming in and it turns into something that it didn't used to be, these are going to all be $5 million houses just for a fixer. So it's halfway there. We'll see what happens.
Well, thank you, David. You hear the dogs barking on cue in the background to let us know it's time for the fur babies at home.
Yes. Everyone's doing well over at my house. Moose is getting bigger as always. Bailey, Jasmine, Mango, everyone's loving life right now. So couldn't be happier.
Yes. Oh, good. We'll have to thank Ollie for the sound effects, right?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, I'll pay him with greenies.
Yes.
So, yeah, well, I've been staying at my granddog's again because my daughter's out of town. I wasn't going to do it, but sadly, she had a funeral to attend, and what mom and grandma can't help out when that happens. So, but so far, so good. Although, when I tried to get out the door today without him to come by to my house, he did not want to be left behind, and he ran into the garage, and the garage door was shut. Luckily, he wanted to come along with us. My daughter said when she took the Uber to the airport, he also escaped and ran right into the Uber like, I'm ready. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful with him because he's a powerful guy.
Yes, I can imagine too.
Yeah, can't be losing him. Well, thank you, David. This was great and interesting news. Interest rates up, everybody. As a recap, still limited supply going on. And David's pick for a bargain, even though it's an expensive bargain, is the Mesa.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, David. Thank you so much.
All right, it's going to go next week.
Have a great week. Bye.